Well, the analyst desk there not really giving much home for Team Liquid. Moses just fully abandoning the North American scene in favor of
well, that's nothing
the Brazilian.
New, is it?
Nothing new. No,
I mean,
it really isn't.
I've moved to Europe, right? I've been living there for a few years now, so I can say, right, you know, go Europe, right? Scandinavia, Sweden, woo! Moses, what's his excuse?
I like the fact that we're trying to force him onto the NA side, even though he's obviously, from the very beginning, been opposed to that. But let's just keep doing it anyway. Eleague is down here in the middle from Catwalk, looking for an opening pick, and that's a stunning shot to take out Taco. Fallen has also gone down. Oh my god, Adren mid-air picks Fur out of the sky, and it's going to be Cold Zero and FNX left here, 2 versus 5. All right then, Liquid are here to play.
I love it. This is the kind of aggression that we saw from Luminosity versus Renegades earlier today. No fear on the CT side, stepping out there, looking for fights, not letting the terrorists get comfortable. In this case, Liquid are just like, well, you know, we got battered. We just got beaten up by Cloud9. Are we going to let that, you know, shatter our dreams here of doing well in Eleague? No, we're going to go right out fighting on a fresh map versus Luminosity. It's a new series. And so I'm glad to see that they're able to actually, you know, get the courage to go for those fights and not let Luminosity take control of the map.
And right now, there should be almost no way the Liquid could sort of slip up in this situation. We're talking about a 2-on-5. Cold Zero and FNX, they really only have their health to do this with. They don't have, well, they have one body armor, no head armor, of course. And FNX is going to be all alone here. Eleague landing a second headshot, and what could you do? If you could get the bomb down with 35 seconds left, that in itself would be a miracle.
Yeah, it'd be a massive achievement. And well, oh, and he doesn't hit the shot. Nitro only had 9 HP as well. But the quick rotation coming in from CT. Everybody here to greet him. FNX is going to find 1 headshot to start things off, and he's still got quite a bit of HP. If he could find the second one here in CT, that would be pretty big, but too many targets for him to handle, and Adren will be picking up the last shot of the round. 1-0 for Liquid. They pick up the pistol, and they'll get the strong start here on Dust 2.
This is one hell of a sexy shot for Adren. I really appreciate that. And with that kind of a start, you know, you get your hopes up for Liquid, but gotta be careful, right? Because it's obviously still very early right now, and Luminosity, they do have a lot of Tech-9s here.
Is this buy?
I thought you'd be excited about this, Semna. We've got 4 UMPs.
I mean, I'm all about the dirty ump money, but come on. Luminosity are going for the force buy off of this. They should see it coming as well, so this is going to be a bit risky here for Liquid. They're going for the aggressive push off the top mid as well, but they are not going to get it for free. Cold sees it coming from a mile away. He hears the footsteps from Eleague, and, well, there's the first start. MP9 picked up for Cold.
Yeah, so maybe a bit of a hit to the confidence there for Liquid. I kind of like the idea that they were trying to still keep the pressure on, you know, say we're in charge of this match and we're going to play like we are, but you got to be careful. There's certainly a balance that needs to be found. Adren in the middle is, I mean, we can tell on the minimap here that there's nobody on Catwalk there. Luminosity could walk in clean and get the bomb down, but they don't know that yet. No, see if they find out.
But they aren't exactly set up for it either. A little bit of a risk, you know, trying to cross through these mid doors, and there's 2 players here waiting for them as well from Liquid. And so they're not out of the doghouse just yet. Fallen is going to be setting up that B smoke. This is going to go down right into CT, cut the map in half, and make it possible to try and rush out for that B site. But perfect play from Adren, whips around, takes out Taco and Fallen. Vico spotting into Upper Dark will find 1, could get a second as well, but he will get overwhelmed in the end. Still, 2 players here defending for the CTs. But somehow FNX just takes out Nitro, and now we're into a 2-on-2. How did this even happen?
I don't know. It looks so good in the middle now. Adren going to be going down, and we did bring this up, you know. Watch out for Kusta, see what he could potentially do. This is not the AWP, it's just the UMP, and he is in a 1-on-2. The bomb is going to go down with just about 10 seconds left here. They're still not planting it. They're really worried about him peeking in. Finally, FNX going to be punching in the numbers in the back line there, putting it out, and now Kusta trying to see if he can check all the angles, but they're going to double peek him, not giving him the initiative. That's so smart. Fur with the triple, and Luminosity stealing it away. Why Liquid?
Well, I think there might be a dent in Hiko's desk because he just slammed his forehead into it repeatedly. How did that happen? When you start off so strong, you get the drop, you get the opening. Well, Luminosity got the opening kill, obviously, but you had the superior firepower. You should be able to just completely shut Luminosity out. And yet Luminosity come through with Tech-9s. I thought we were out of the age of, you know, the Tech-9 just ruining anti-ecos, man.
Yeah, that's such a shocking turnaround there for Luminosity. when Adren got that double kill in middle, you thought that's it. That's when
Absolutely.
That's when Liquid have it. And oh man, they needed. The thing is, when you're playing Luminosity, you really need that early good start, right? You need the confidence, and they're gonna have to reclaim it somehow.
Well, Molotov gets thrown out to long. That's Cold Zero just trying to, you know, sow some confusion in the ranks for Liquid, not make things obvious. And Fallen, man, he's like a race car, just zipping around all over the place with this scout. It's crazy how fast you are, even when scoped.
Yeah.
But they are going towards that B site now, Luminosity, and there isn't a single person there for Liquid. Liquid, they've taken a bit of a risk in this round, a gamble. They've put everybody on the A site, and unfortunately, we haven't really seen many of these stacks pay off today, actually. Renegades, you know, they went for it a lot as well versus Luminosity, and Luminosity always seems to wind up on the other site.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's still a good idea. What does annoy me is that nobody buys a flashbang, you know? Suppose they had come long, it's perfectly possible they could have still lost it just because they don't have any flashbangs. Really good job on Fallen there. Just getting the kill even close range. And Adren, the only one left who could get a kill here for Liquid in this round.
What is this madness? How does Fallen... Fallen is immortal, actually.
Oh.
FNX dunks a nade onto Adren, so that's over. That's done with. The round is over and cleaned up. 2-1 for Luminosity. But Fallen just seems impervious to bullets, man. He just dodges all over the place. He's so hard to kill. But look at this. Takes the time to line up the shot as well.
Yeah, just another good round coming in here from the Brazilian side, and they must know that Liquid can't quite buy yet, so they don't need to change almost any of their rifles here. They can keep the AK and all the submachine guns here, so just still rolling with it, and Liquid just have to sort of breathe easy right now. Just relax, know that this is early in the game, and just wait for your chance to get back into it. Good trade there.
Yeah, but they are going to press up behind that. 2 players on that catwalk means that Taco is going to just, well, go running right up long. He knows where the defense is set up now. Flash is going to go out completely ineffective, and now Taco is going to turn into a bit of a barbecue there on catwalk. Fur at the shooting range, not going to be able to hit anybody in CT, and just like that, Luminosity are up on the bomb site. Well, we have to see if Liquid can actually do anything in this round. They could try and hold on to the nades, I suppose.
I think they want to try and find FNX because they know he's over here somewhere, but he only has a UMP, so it's not like a big win. And oh my lord, FNX picking up a couple of good kills there. Taco going to be going down. And Adren actually doing a really good job here, getting the double in return, so not too bad at all. But the grenade, oh! Chasing him down, in fact.
A little bit of a shake of the head there. No, not pleased, not impressed.
Did I just see a creamy Moses? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
What is beautiful is this Adren. Now we need to see him actually deliver when they have rifles. When he has that rifle in hand, if he can keep getting kills like this, Adren, that will make the difference versus Luminosity. Need that major performance out of him.
A double up setup, and it comes out on the terrorist side first. Fur quick on the corner. Not normally you'd see Fur actually go for the shot there, but he's the one spawning close to long, so he's just going to try and take it and doesn't really get too much out of it.
Bit of a missed opportunity there, considering he had the advantage. He had the angle first, so definitely a big missed opportunity there. Fallen, uncharacteristic mistake on his part. Misses an easy shot by his standards. And Eleague will be able to take him out, so Liquid coming alive in this round. They've got the strong start.
And they really need it right now. Preferably, no one from Liquid dies in a round like this one, because they just got to build up that economy. Even if they win the round and only have like 1 or 2 members surviving, you know Luminosity are going to keep the pressure on. You know they're not going to let up. So it needs to be a convincing win as well. And right now they have a clear run again. Catwalk into the A bomb site. Still should be very possible for Liquid to retake the site, especially as they have 2 people on long, and Kusta being one of them with the AWP. They have a good setup right now, Liquid. The fact that the bomb site is open is not necessarily a bad thing.
No, sir. We're still looking for that shot. Kusta, he's got the position. This is a standard position to hold on CT op. You're looking towards Catwalk, and what an opening shot from Taco. That should not be possible. Kusta should hit that every day of the week. But what a beautiful shot. Taco's there to open up the site. 4-on-4 retake now for Liquid as the bomb will get planted for Catwalk. And now with 20 seconds left, that's it. It's over. It's all on Liquid now trying to get onto this bomb site. They have the advantage of HP, and they have more utility. Now can they actually execute?
Yeah, and this retake is so important, but Fur going to take the head clean up of Nitro. FNX spots the second player coming up. Man, Liquid is taking way too long right now. Eleague going to be going down, and Hiko coming in 1 versus 3. Going to get shot in the back by Cold Zero. And you know what? We should give some credit, because this is one of the things, again, that Moses was pointing out. He said, it's not one of Kusta's strengths, holding an angle and just getting a shot like that. And that's important if you're the team AWPer. So I think Moses turning out to be right on this one. That should have been a kill for Kusta then, and it cost them a lot.
All right, there we go. Fallen actually invests in the MAC-10. I was squinting a little bit there because I wasn't sure if he was going to be brave enough, silly enough to stick on a P250, even if it is an anti-eco. Cold will get the gap shot onto Nitro, though. So he's down to 33 HP to start things off. Taco holding the aggressive angle here at long. He's going to get baited in, and they just go rushing out. Nitro with 2 headshots, point blank, shuts down the push onto the B site. So things getting a little dicey here for Luminosity in the 6th round.
Well, that's interesting. Now, could he somehow get a rifle over to, or a submachine gun over to Hiko? He's trying to see if they can walk out of there, but he also has the Molotov right now. Hiko going to get a little bit closer with the C-set 75. I kind of wish, I'd prefer him to use the C-set over the MAC-10 at this point, because
I agree.
At this range, it's just going to be a little bit better, I think. What are Luminosity going to do? They still have more than a minute left, and they're spread out quite far across the map here. No, well, apart from Cold Zero and FNX, not much of a team play possible right now.
Hiko's a little bit worried, obviously. Once that smoke goes down, usually terrorists will try and sneak out behind it, trying to catch CT guys off guard. So that's going to hold Hiko present on the B side for just a little bit longer, but Luminosity not really playing with it. They have control of Longhouse. That's Taco moving out there, taking point, and they have the AWP on Cold. So they are looking for that long-range fight here. Bring the rifles to bear. Don't go close quarters versus the pistols where you can get one-shot headshot like Nitro was so kind enough to demonstrate earlier on. So instead, they try and look for the long fights, and it's going to work out nicely here for Luminosity. We'll see if they can actually push onto the site, or if the man at Gandalf is going to be able to get in their face. Eleague looking to take the fight, perhaps.
Hiko going down, and he was a big part of that defense here. Now, Eleague and Nitro, see if they could do it. Could he at least deny the plant? No. FNX is going to be allowed to put that through, and Eleague just maybe sleeping a little bit too much then. That would have been great if the bomb hadn't already gone down. He nearly gets the follow-up shot on Taco, and now Nitro with a MAC-10 not going to be good enough to take that fight versus the sniper rifle at long. So Luminosity making it 5-1 as we head into the 7th round.
You have to give it to Taco. Well, we got the replay here of Nitro. Beautiful shots up close like that. But Taco had to stay alive in that, given the plant position. Because that bomb was not planted for long. That's why Cold wasn't all the way back in pit. He was kind of hanging around, so he wasn't too far away from the site. If Taco goes down, then things get awkward for Cold. He has to try and rush up there with the AWP, not the best gun. So a bit of a close call there for Luminosity. Liquid putting up a fight, but that's still Luminosity on 5 rounds, a single round, and well, 2 kills for Fallen. Wipes out half the defense on long. Could pick up the 3rd, and he does. Eleague just walks right into it. Okay then. Well, there's your round. Sometimes it's just that easy, Anders. You put Fallen in a place, he wipes out half the team. There you go.
This is not a game for Luminosity. I mean, we were looking at this when it happened to Renegades on Train and thinking, all right then, this is the Luminosity that we all like to see, but it's getting scary right here. Nitro and Hiko, they can't do anything other than try and save the rifles. And how do you find any confidence in your team when that just happened?
Yeah. Exactly right. Nothing seems to be working, especially after you're going for eco rounds. You're coming close on eco rounds, and yet when you have the rifles, you get obliterated. That's not how it's supposed to work. Nitro, though, is coming alive a little bit. Takes out Cold, so he's going to make it a little bit more expensive here for Luminosity. That incendiary going to force him back onto the site, and at some point, Luminosity have to just go ahead and say, right, we're not going to keep pressing on this. We'll let you guys actually survive with the rifles because it's not worth us throwing away all of our guns, trying to get them off of you. And just Nitro can't be stopped. 3 kills for him now.
Doing just a very good job, but Hiko, can he stay alive with a rifle? He cannot, and they successfully steal every single rifle away here from the CT side. They don't have money to I mean, they could try and go for a 4-star, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it. I think right now they need to take the long view and say, let's gun for like a 9-6 finish here, and then just wait until we have all the equipment.
Fallen is just unreal, though. That second shot on the Adren, just like, good night, Adren. Someday you'll be able to hit shots like Fallen when it's something major.
Right now, I don't know what could be. I mean, again, he's been doing it all day for them. Oh, and a shot comes through. Now, Nitro has the scout, so he was just looking for the jump shot here. Fallen nearly caught out, but he will still be alive. Eleague is pushing up behind him, in fact.
Very close call there. Yeah, Eleague, he got into lower, looking for the 1D, not going to find it, gets tagged down to 32. He has support from a teammate as well. Adren is holding behind headshot box, but Eleague, he doesn't need his help. Gets the headshot. And well, now he doesn't have to worry about anything at all. Cold is going to be there to pick up the kill.
Yeah, and he shot him through the door as well, just to add result to injury. That's going to be Adren going down, Kusta and Hiko left. And again, Liquid didn't really have a lot in this round, so you can't expect too much from them. But if they could do a bit more damage, it might still help out later on in this half here. FNX picks up one, and the follow-up spray. Just some clean work coming through here. 7-1.
Oh, they're looking beautiful right now, Luminosity. This is outright dominance. This shot, Nitro trying to abuse the jump scout, looking to get a lucky shot onto Fallen, but Fallen, he'll take that shot every day, and it's a tough angle to make use of that jump scout in because it's such a common angle. If you have that AWP, you have to jump up there to get onto the plateau, so a lot of times, AK, off, you'll just sit there as a terrorist and hold that angle and wait for somebody to peek. So yeah. Nitro couldn't have been an easier target for Fallen. He's not going to miss a shot like that.
Fallen looked to be making a bit of noise over at Long. Again, trying to see if he can find anyone, while the rest of the LGG teams, you can see here in Upper Dark, just waiting for that Molotov to disappear. But it could be a kind of an aggressive push coming out here. They're not waiting around, I think.
Lack of respect, perhaps. Time to change things up. Right through the smoke they go. Hiko, is he going to get the timing right? This is right around the corner, and there's the flash. Hiko gets into the corner, and they have to check. Pre-fire coming out. FNX knows, and Nitro's there to take out Fur, but Taco makes the difference. Double kill for him. And he reestablishes order basically here on the side for Luminosity.
And yeah, you've got to put that down to confidence. Now Fallen playing in the middle, stopping the rotation going from the A side of the map to B side, and that's just so devastating. Now Liquid, look at Kusta. Instead of trying to think about, oh, could we retake this? He has to worry about where Fallen is, and that's not what you want to do if you're on the CT side. So this round is pretty much done already here. Fallen even sneaking up behind and taking out Kusta, and my God, this is turning into a very ugly match here for Liquid.
Did you just hear a footstep?
Whoa,
no way.
Don't even do it, Fallen.
That's where you just, you say, right, uninstall the game. If he hits that shot, and now he's hunting. He knows, Adren. Flash is there, Adren right around the corner. He will get the parting shot on Fallen. Can he actually get out? He does, just barely make it. So at least they have that. Small victory there for Liquid. Adren, he saves a rifle for the next round.
But just think about the terrifying amount of confidence on a player like that, It's very expensive rifles, and he can't make any mistake in a play like that, but he just still does it. Runs up with the AWP and tries to do it. And they can obviously rebuy it, so it's not that big of a loss, but 8-1 being the current scoreline. Trying to make the cross happen, and they will be successful. Smoke in middle, actually. Oh, this is interesting. Pushing into lower dark. And it's already been communicated over to Taco. Taco backs off immediately into T-spawn. Does not want to get pinched in upper halls, where 4 players from Liquid are currently gathered up looking for a target, and they are just going to be let down. Nobody there. And so, obviously Luminosity know that they've lost control of this part of the map, so just throw the smoke down, buy a little bit more time if you're Liquid, and then start rotating back around. Yeah, but look at the extremes that Liquid have to go to just to try and see if they get anything done. That was 4 people in Upper Dark. If there had been a rush out long or anything like that, don't even know what that would have resulted in. But Eleague, he's getting some backup finally.
Now, these smokes are actually working out for Liquid. They're buying a lot of time. There's still a minute left on this clock, and they have 4 flash grenades and a single incendiary to work with. Fur will, of course, use that Molotov to check the corner behind the stairs, make sure that nobody's lurking there for him, and it's going to turn into an A split. And, well, Liquid have reestablished the defense here, so this is going to get interesting.
They do have a really strong setup right now with 3 members down here. Adren, that's dangerous, but now the push is going to come through with 38 seconds left. Adren with a bit of an off angle, going to take down the first kill on Taco, and Hiko playing right at the edge here. They need this round, Liquid. They must have this round. The bomb is down as well. Cold Zero, he's going to get 1 in return, but you've got to think there might not be enough time right now. 25 seconds here, and Fur, a ridiculous shot to take out Adren, and now Eleague, the last man down here, covering the bomb, waiting for it, 18 seconds, and they're going to pick up the bomb. They can make the cross as well. They have the smoke, and it's going to go up right then and there. So 2 versus 2, and look at Luminosity. Look how carefully calculated this was. 8 seconds left as the bomb goes down, and they will make it. So now Kusta and Nitro, they got to make this work, and Kusta picks up 1. It's all on Cold.
1v2 as well, and they're coming from 2 angles. This is a very difficult position to be in, and he gets the leg shot. The tag onto Kusta. Incredibly close there with the Tech 9. Cold looking to take the fight to him, and he's still in this, not going to find the duck, and eventually they manage to take him out. Liquid, what do they have to do to shut down Luminosity? Even in a 1v2, Cold looks like he's about to hit everything.
Yeah, that could have gone wrong any number of times, but it did work out, and Liquid finally going to get a second round in this match. Been a long time coming.
To get the tag on Kusta as well. brutal, because if he gets that tag, it's just it's so difficult to get rid of him from the side at that point. You have to hit a headshot, and, well, Cold's not going to miss if he hits the first shot. So...
Yeah, but the thing is as well, you don't see any like real signs of panic for someone like Cold Zero. You know, he's playing it as best as he can. He's got a very tight angle to try and hold, but he's just, you know, looking for the shots. No like massive panic coming out at all. Taco this time spawning close to long, so trying to take the early shot. Going to give the sniper rifle back to Fallen for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I think we've all learned that Fallen is pretty damn good with that sniper rifle.
He's all right.
He's all right. Who's just got the angle, though, and he will be able to make it back. Just barely gets back in time. In fact, smoke goes down, and he peeks right behind it. Fur is gone. So man advantage now for Liquid, and they desperately need it. They desperately need to follow up on this round. Otherwise, it's going to get nasty for them. They're going to get reset hard on their economy, and Luminosity will just run away with this first half. So 8-2 the score. Luminosity well in the lead as it stands, but now Liquid actually have a fighting chance in this round. Double AWP setup as well for them, with Nitro rocking the second one.
Yeah, they need to find a way to get back in here, Luminosity. Obviously, if they win this round, the Liquid's economy is going to be reset so hard that it'll be almost impossible for them to do anything for the rest of this half here. So, a lot rides on this right now for the American side. Taco going to be pushing out into the middle here. Smoke's helping him out quite a bit. Is he really going to walk through? He goes right up here, but he still can't win the fight, and that should have been a sure kill now. They're actually running through CT spawn into the A-bomb side. This is a very uncommon strategy. Eleague here spraying, but he actually transfers a bit too soon. Now Taco going to go for the fight. Adren will pick up one. It's still a 2-on-3, and the bomb is down now. Fallen jumping up, looking for the shot, and he takes out Adren. And Nitro, what could he possibly do? And maybe death was the only way out. Fallen with a triple kill in this round. And Luminosity, again, just getting ahead and resetting Liquid's money.
Oh, this is a catastrophe for Liquid. What is that? Hiko, he has Taco dead to rights as well. We're not going to see the replay of that. Instead, we're going to see how hungry Fallen is. No fear, no respect. Straight challenge on long and finds Adren.
And again, we should point out that as you're losing consecutive rounds in this game, you get more and more of a loss bonus. It ramps up until you get 3,400. Now, if you win a round, that resets back to 1,400, and then that's what just happened to Liquid, right? They win a single round, and then their loss bonus is reset, which means they've got no money now. It's kind of the worst possible outcome if you're on the Liquid side here. Just not a good time.
No fun at all. And just after a crushing defeat suffered at the hands of Cloud9 on Cash as well, they come right into this beating on Dust 2 from Luminosity. It is not pleasant. Fallen, though, will miss a shot. It can happen. And Hiko is now, well, he's pinched. So where's he going to go? Nowhere. Fallen's going to put him 6 feet under. And that will be a 10th round on the board for Luminosity. 2 rounds still for Liquid.
Now, interestingly, because we've been looking at, Fallen's kills, quite flashy, but it's actually FNX top fragging by some margin even. 17, 3, and 5 right now for FNX. And you see him cool, calm, and collected here, but it's impressive. And we brought this up earlier. Not the flashiest kills, but just every round, just, pinching a little bit here, a little bit there, a couple of kills. Working out quite well.
Consistent is Cold at hitting those tag shots through the mid doors. Fur not going to be able to actually make it in. Instead, yeah, he gets tagged down and he will survive. FNX actually absorbing some of the damage there, and he will eventually find a kill. Fur as well with that MAC-10. This is an eco round coming out here from Liquid, so they don't really have a whole lot to work with. They will just get, well, wiped off the face of the planet. So 11 rounds now on the board here for Luminosity. And Liquid, now's the time for them to buy, and now's the time for them to start posting some results. Nitro, does he go for the double op? He's got the option to, and it seems like there's a little bit of discussion going on, but he will settle on that AWP. So Liquid still trying to make this double op setup work. Nitro isn't really getting a whole lot of action over on the B site for him to use it with.
I mean, I'm finding it hard to find too much enthusiasm for what Liquid are showing us right now. It seems like they can't win individual fight against Luminosity. And if you can't do that, how are you going to get back in the game right now? You see the Brazilian side just charging into middle. The Liquid defense, it's just not here. They're not even aware that this is happening. Finally, they realize, and Nitro and Kusta actually coming up with some really good shots there. The double up setup does work out for a moment, but Nitro's gone down here. Taco out in the open, not aware that Hiko was going to be in the corner. Cold missing the one shot, and he's going to go down. And now it's a 1 versus 3. And FNX top fragging, yes, but this should be impossible.
Yeah, with that bomb sitting on the site, we talked about how difficult it is to retake the site as CT. Well, kind of the same situation here for FNX as the T side.
I'm going to go full Moses on this one. There's no way, Semler.
No.
There's no way.
Don't do it, Anders.
He cannot win this 1v3.
You cannot possibly, you know, the cream is not for you.
Grenade on in.
Leave it.
Did a little bit of damage, actually. He's got a Molotov, so maybe he could force out Kusta in the corner. That could be interesting. He's going to try and put it close, but it went a bit further than he had anticipated. Picks up another Molotov. A lot of positions that he's already grenaded out. He's just looking for more equipment that he can throw into this bomb site before the fight even happens here. Counter grenades running out, and now FNX, just to make it a bit harder on himself, you know, it was a little bit too easy with the 100 health there. Try and see if he can do it with 6 in return. A little bit of spray coming through. 20 seconds, and I think FNX is just playing a game with all of us right now. And there it is. Kusta going to take him out. 3rd round for Liquid.
Yeah, well played there by Liquid. Bit of a USA chant going on as well.
Like that. I missed that from Columbus, you know.
It's true, man. It's true. We'll see if somebody, you know, if they actually manage to sneak into the studio again with like the Liquid letters painted on their chests. Shout outs to those guys at Columbus.
That was a good time.
That was a pretty sick event. The last major.
Now,
definitely worth going back to watch the boss.
Look at this. 3 auto snipers on the terrorist side. It's the last round of the half. They have all the excess money. There's no reason for them not to do it. Now, tragically, they only get the 1 hit in on Nitro, but I still think it's worth it. And somehow, Taco's kept the auto sniper.
Taco, what are you doing? Is he actually going to run back, or is he really going to hold on to the auto sniper? He's actually holding on to the auto sniper. So there we go. I mean, he was hoping to go for a very cheeky surprise. We very rarely see the auto sniper get picked up on the T side. So, and look at that Fallen! I like the attempt, but Kusta not going to get caught off guard. Pulls the trigger, gets the job done, but that was ballsy by Fallen. What was that?
Nitro defeating the auto sniper. Taco Fur going to be going down as well. This double setup working out beautifully. Kusta, he's angry right now. We're picking up a triple kill, and FNX. I mean, last time it was a 1v3, this time it's a 1 versus 5. He's got the bomb, though. Can it be done?
Nope.
Not this time. 4-11. I'm not sure, Semmler, if this is enough. I don't think 4 rounds on the CT side. If they'd got 6, I would have been interested, you know? I would have kept my attention, but I feel like this time it's not going to be quite enough.
I like that. That's Kusta watching some games. He's learned a few of Fallen's tricks. Fallen has done that in the past where he stepped into a Molotov in order to take a shot and hope to catch somebody off guard. Kusta, not this time.
Fans have been winning this round, but now I think all hope is lost, Semmler.
I think so too, buddy.
There's no coming back.
This is a bit brutal. It's pretty much worst case scenario. I mean, we'll get the replay, obviously. Cold always has an impact with the USP. This guy's just a monster, but Taco also getting the double kill, finally seeing some action on that B site. And so, yeah, the pistol round, Liquid really tried to go, once again, when the pressure is on, go for the rush B. You know, straight B rush, YOLO, get out there, and it just gets completely shut down by Luminosity.
Yeah, well, anyone who's played matchmaking knows that, don't they?
Yeah, but they didn't drop an op first, right?
Yeah, that's a problem in the pistol round, really. FNX there, going to get the early kill on Eleague, and I don't know, they do have some pistols here and a little bit of body armor. Hiko close range taking out Fallen. The Tech 9 definitely a good job there. And now Fur's going to come running in, and they're all grouped up. This is not a good idea. He's going to go for a little bit more. They will take him down, but 1 grenade could finish both. I wish someone had an HE grenade, but it's not going to be the case right now. FNX instead to close it up with a triple kill. And Luminosity making it to 13-4.
At that point, I kind of wish somebody had a decoy nade and just pegged somebody in the face with it. You know, I think they were low enough where it could have happened. Maybe just a little bit too high on the HP, but...
Could you get, like, a decoy that hits 1 and then a second player and kills both? Could it bounce off someone? I don't know.
Someday.
That might be too much to wish.
We will see that happen. No.
Look at Fur. He's not even looking interested. He's just like, this is too easy. You know, I'm just doing this.
Well, I mean, they're the best in the world, Luminosity, right now. They, by a fair margin, they just brutalize their opponents. So it was a little bit of a bumpy start to the day versus Renegades on Cobblestone, where Renegades took them to overtime. One hell of a performance from Renegades. And Luminosity, I mean, they came right back onto Dust 2 and just, well, wiped Renegades off the face of the planet. Was it Dust 2? No, it was Train. My mistake. Train.
It was Train, yeah. That was definitely tough. Yeah, I think we definitely got to give some credit to Renegades there. Obviously, some improvement in that team, I would say. Cold Sierra being very aggressive, and Liquid had already decided to play this round a little bit passively. But I think Luminosity, they just have the patience for this stuff, you know. So like, we're winning. Let's go. Let's keep doing it. Keep the pressure up.
this is just, you know, Liquid, they refuse to give up, man. They're going to hang in there. They're really going to try and, you know, gasp and hold on for every shred of life that they've got, while Cold Zero just literally rips it out of them. Quad kill for Cold, just making that money. 2,400 bonus in his pocket.
Yeah, and maybe if you thought that you were going to be able to sort of hold on to, you know, to this round and maybe just, you know, spend some time talking, and you're falling back, not really doing anything, then Cold Zero just going to interrupt that meeting in the most unpleasant way possible.
Basically, a monster. That is what Cold is. He is, I know, and what's crazy is when you go back and look at, there's pictures that have been going around, rather, of Cold, you know, taking pictures with Fallen as a fan, right, you know, a few years ago.
True.
And now he's the one who's just like hard carrying Luminosity, along with his hero.
Was that ESWC?
That was ages ago, because there was also Fur with Shoxy, but that was a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, that was Fur.
This was like, I think some Brazilian land or something where Cold is like taking a picture with Fallen. Super sick bit of history.
Oh, that could have been a 2-for-1. Liquid actually lined up for that shot, but this time they find a little bit of luck, and it's a 4-on-4. Fur coming up and making it a 4-on-3. The bomb is down, but they have almost no control, except for Long right now, and the bomb is planted for it. There is still a glimmer of hope here for Liquid, even though they don't have a lot of equipment.
Well, let's see. Retake is being initiated now. Still a man advantage for Luminosity. Nades going flying out everywhere. Great shot there to start things off from Kusta. That actually causes FNX to pause a moment. Hope that Kusta steps out, and he's greeted with Kusta, so that actually works. Fur still pressing forward, looking for the man in Goose. He's going to lose that duel. Eleague more than comfortable in that position, and with the smoke down, it's going to get pretty difficult here for Hiko to get the job done to stop this defuse from going through. FNX, Fallen both have kits, and Fallen is sticking it, and Hiko can't seem to find the shot. Yes, he does! At the last possible second. Hiko denies the defuse, Fallen falls, and that's another round on the board here for Liquid, bringing them up to 5. And the Hiko champ.
Yeah, I like that. Even a bit of smile there, but I think even Hiko knows right now how desperately far behind they are. But that was very close. I mean, the Molotov spread 1 inch and caught Eleague, so then he was out of it. That was also a little bit tricky. And then the defuse and the smoke, but it works out. 14-5 here. Still a very, very long road ahead for the American team. And Luminosity, even though they don't really have a lot, they've still gone for a bit of a buy-up here, and in the middle, it's going to be a good trade. Cold Zero looking for a third. Very nearly going to get it. That's so much damage being dished out to Hiko, and Taco inside the bomb side. He's getting back up quick here. Fur, look at the flawless jump up on the box, and Taco, can he defend himself? Looking for the first shot here, but Adren gonna best him in that duel. That's a nice shot.
That's impressive work. And that was all on Taco, actually, to get the job done there. Taco just getting a little greedy, goes for the one big step, not waiting for anything to come out from his teammates. Obviously, that CT smoke was down, but FNX will catch out Hiko in Upper Dark, and that makes all the difference. It happened fast enough to give Luminosity time to work with here, to get out onto this site to try and catch them out, and Fur will find Kusta in the window. Fur not going to win the duel versus Adren, and so it's all pressure on Adren to clutch this for his team, and he's going to lose the fight. FNX just walks right into the doors, picks him off, and continues to dominate this map. 25 frags total for FNX.
And Adren just trying to get into an off angle, hoping that FNX wasn't going to see it coming, but that is going to be a map point here for Luminosity. 15-5. And the money for Liquid, I mean, at this point, Sam, like, you would at least want them to have like one last stand, you know? One heroic fight at the end, but they have almost no money to do it with.
Tech9, Rush B. Well, bomb has been dropped towards A. Rash B?
Rash B.
It's obviously like, you know, drop the eagle. You know?
That's how it works. Well, flashbang coming out there. Kusta also getting fairly fast himself, and FNX ready to take that first kill, but he's very low on health, and there is a bit of backup here behind him. Fur trying to see if he can get in. They're flashing in, and now the rest of the cavalry has arrived down here. FNX is dead from the grenade, and Hiko actually coming up with a second kill there.
Through the smoke, Hiko. That was a sick shot to hit, and now they've got a couple of rifles to work with here, Liquid. They've used a lot of their nades, though, to make this play happen, but then instead of fully committing to the site, they decide to back off. They've got the man advantage, and they put the pressure on Luminosity. No reason to throw away that edge. You've got Eleague lurking in pit as well, so you're just waiting to see if somebody's going to make their way out from car, and there we go, but Cold just barely gets out. 55 HP left on Cold, and that was way too close for comfort, but Eleague is going to be kicking himself. That's what he was waiting for. He has to get that kill on Cold. The whole reason for him being in pit is to catch the man at cars.
Liquid, even though they're a man up, they have plenty of time here. They're still playing very defensively, like they're not quite in control. And look at that shot on Cold Zero. You have to imagine that this is a one round. If they go B, they run into Taco. He's not got a lot of health in here. Is Fallen with the scout just jumping away, and he's got so many targets. They can and will overpower him.
And so another round on the board here for Liquid. It's going to bring them up to 6 rounds as Taco makes his way to the opposite side of the map to save that M4. So Liquid, I mean, bit of a hairy fight, but they actually come out ahead over it long, and that's more of that, basically. Obviously, there's just like a dash of luck. Hiko finding a headshot with the Tech 9 through the smoke. That helps, but you need it a little bit sometimes. Still, fine work from Liquid in the end. And, I mean, basically, it's all about just them finding themselves here, moving out as a group. And I hope that when they have the rifles, that they play the same way that they actually have the pistols. Because sometimes we see a big difference between teams, well, between rounds with teams, where when you have the pistols, you maybe feel a little bit more courageous. You have less to lose in your eyes, and so you get out there and you take the fights bravely the way you should when you have the rifles. You just don't see that when they have the rifles because they feel like, oh, there's a little bit more pressure. You know, I need to get the kills. So we'll see. Can Liquid maintain now that they actually have some rifles to work with?
Not a lot of money on Luminosity's side, so there is a very, very, very tiny opening here for Liquid to have an impact. But I don't know. Like, think about how many rounds they would have to lose in a row here, Luminosity. We're talking a good 9 rounds in a row before we're into overtime. It doesn't seem likely. But I mean, this is the great thing about Counter-Strike, though. It could be done.
It can be done, yeah, right. Counter-Strike is the kind of game where it doesn't matter what the score is, you can always come back. Because what you're doing is, and this is what Natu was a big fan of saying, right? You know, you just look at it as a reset. You look at it round after round. You don't look at the scoreboard and say, oh man, it's impossible, right? You just focus on your game round after round, and before you know it, you're back into it if you don't mess up. So we'll see. I mean, Liquid, it's all about that strength of will at this point to carry them through. And Luminosity, well, they'll be hunting, Fallen, looking for that shot at the top mid, not going to find it just yet. And Liquid playing this round very slowly. They do not want to run into a trap, into any kind of stack here from Luminosity. They have the rifles. They're going to try and make use of it, and they're going to look to get control of Long eventually. So that's going to come down to Fur. He's the one with the dig. And a full rotate actually coming out as well. Fallen and Taco there to join him.
Liquid haven't really committed to anything yet, so they're not walking into a trap at the moment, but you've got to be worried when they have this many people down at long. It seems like they will be going for the A-bomb site. If they lose the push at long, then suddenly the bomb up a catwalk is going to be so hard to get into the site here. Fur doing a really good job early on, getting that headshot on the leash, and now Adren spraying away, but he kind of has to fall back. F getting a shot, and oh no, this is falling apart. Fur getting a kill as well. The Deagles, they reign supreme, and Hiko, last man alive here in a 1-on-5, and it's not working out. Target to close it out, 16-6, and Luminosity take Dust 2.
And just more of the same from Luminosity. They just continue to dumpster teams. It's not since the first map with Renegades. Second map with Renegades on Train, 16-0. Third map of the day here for Luminosity, 16-6 on Dust 2 versus Liquid. And so, I mean, we'll see what actually can happen here coming up on the next map, the last map of the day here in the first day of ELEAGUE.
Well, I think if you're new to the game and new to all these teams, you're already getting a sense of who a team to beat is. It has to be Luminosity throughout this whole tournament. They're going to be a factor for sure. We're going to go to a quick break, and then we'll have a breakdown of this map.